Boys and girls, this is Captain Sergei here. I'm with Chris from KID Trailer, and today we're talking about some trailers. And I bought my trailer, my 55-ton. Chris helped me get it from Alabama, and also I got my flip axle. So, Chris, how's it going?
I'm good. How about you, sir?
Oh, perfect. Just waiting for my new truck. So, yeah. So, Chris, so what kind of trailers do you guys sell? What?
We sell all kinds of trailers. We specialize in heavy haul stuff. We do some with Fontaine. We do moving vans with Kentucky.
Okay.
We do Dorsey tandem flats.
Oh wow.
Some Pitts floats. Pretty much anything the customer is looking for.
So Pitts, you can basically buy them straight from the factory in the States, right? They're like Kaufman, I think, but they probably
no. You got to buy through a dealer. They'll push you through a dealer.
Well, I mean, so let's say if
Yeah,
I come to you
yeah.
and I want to buy a Pitts trailer, you can get me
I'm a
Pitts.
distributor for Pitts.
Okay, cool. And I think that I see them in on truck paper. They're like usually a nice price. They're a bit cheaper than.
They're a bit cheaper than a Fontaine. They're not a bad quality per trailer.
Yeah, as you might know, right? I had a Kaufman before, and it was an okay trailer, but it was a bit too tall. And also, I think they use a cheaper steel, so it was heavy.
Heavy.
And also, the first ones, the ramp, like the front, was totally not sloped.
Mm-hmm.
It was very tall, so it was very difficult to load, equipment. Like the excavator would go like this, 45-degree angle, and yeah, it was difficult. But now actually they make lower trailers. They change the design, and but you gotta buy them from the factory.
Kaufman sells direct. They don't have dealers.
Yeah, and I had my first trailer. You guys know, right? I bought it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I found financing here, and I got it from US, and it was a lot of headaches to bring it.
Very difficult for an individual to import a trailer.
And that's why when I was getting my Fontaine, I asked Chris to help me, and Chris did the importing, and I already had the plate and all the ownership when I got to US. And so you also sell Talbots, right? You said pretty much.
We do a little bit with Talbot, not so much.
So how do you think they compare, Talbot and Fontaine?
I don't think it's as good a trailer. I like the Fontaine.
Fontaine is probably a bit lighter, I would think.
It's a little bit lighter, but I just like the finish of a Fontaine is a little better. Fontaine, they don't do some of the stuff that all the other guys will do. They're more of a manufacturer. They're not a custom design maker anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And Fontaine, I see they don't have 35-ton trailers. They only have like 30, 40, and then it's like 51, 52, and
55.
But there's no 35.
No 35, no.
Yeah, but 30, I think is good for people with regular trucks because it's very light and it's very low. I think it's either 14 or 16 inches.
They have a 14-inch.
Yeah, so it would be great for somebody who does just some crates or some light loads.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do let's say if I'm buying a trailer like for the first time and I'm just coming from a step deck or flatbed, like how do I come up with all these specs? Like, is it maybe a good idea to talk to somebody before coming to see you? Like, so at least I know what kind of specs the trailer must have?
You gotta sort of know what you want to haul with it. If you're just hauling heavy equipment, you want to buy a 55-ton trailer with 26 feet of deck and 20 or 18 inches deck height.
Yeah,
just a standard 3-axle 55-ton float.
Yeah, but what if I just have a 3-axle truck, like for
you can still do it. You can still.
Well, it's probably, I think it would be more like an investment because I find that 55-ton is easier to sell.
Yeah.
I think most people, if you tell them that you're selling a float or RGN, they want a 55-ton.
They want a 55-ton.
Yeah.
They used to want 50, but now the equipment's bigger, so you got to go 55-ton.
Okay.
You pretty much can't even buy a 50-ton new anymore.
Okay. So what do you think about my drop side rail trailer?
It's a very specialized trailer.
Was it a good idea to buy
it?
No. Yeah, now they have, I don't think I saw it before, but now Fontaine on their website shows 55-ton plus. And it has a flat deck and it's 18 inches loaded. And I think that's what I should have bought it. But I don't know. Actually, I talked when I was doing this search on track paper, I talked to a couple of guys in the States, a couple of dealers, and they did have this 18 inches, and I just didn't trust them. I said, how come it's, it's a 55-ton trailer? Why is it so low? And the guy said, oh, we have a lot of people asking us for this kind of trailer, so we went to
It's just a heavier beam bank.
Yeah, Fontaine, and they designed this different spec. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. But it is heavier, right? So
It's a heavier trailer than.
when it's 18 inches, it's heavier than, let's say, when it's 20, 22.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And the warranty, you were saying?
It's 1 year.
Just 1 year?
Yeah.
You can get like extendable warranty?
Not from the manufacturers, no.
Oh, okay. And what about financing?
Financing you can normally get through any of the different banks or finance companies, and they'll all want 10% down.
Okay.
They'll finance it over usually 60 months. Interest rate depends on your credit how good your credit is.
Yeah.
In today's market, the average guy is probably going to pay somewhere around 8%.
8%, okay. And we just were talking with a friend of mine who's buying a 40-ton trailer, and I heard the price. So 40-ton was 68,000, right?
68,000.
Canadian.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We're in Canada, guys and
Yeah.
girls. So don't get too excited. These are Canadian dollars. So 68,000, yeah. And so basically, the price can be, I don't know, depending on how big the trailer is, or how many axles.
You're gonna
It can cost
anywhere
200,000, right? It can be 100,000, can be 200 easy.
Yeah.
Especially if you get one of those, like a 70-ton. We know when they sell it, like
If you sell with the two
Jeep.
flip axles and the Jeep and that, you'll spend $250,000 in a heartbeat.
So what's the most popular trailer you guys, like your customers, usually ask you?
Usually a 55-ton.
55-ton.
Yeah, 3-axle 55-ton. Then they might buy the 4th axle flip.
Okay.
Most of them don't.
Well, actually, I bought it, and
then you bought it.
and it's been sitting. I don't know. I used it maybe once,
Yeah.
and like once for real because the load was. They sent me to Buffalo, New York, pick up John Deere. I think it was like 450, like a very big machine. And okay, I put the flip down, so that was like one legitimate use. Other times, I only had to put it down because I was going through Michigan, and I was over 80,000, and Michigan requires all axles down.
All axles down.
So pretty much, I don't know, this flip axle, maybe because I couldn't find, for me so far, heavy enough freight, but I think, yeah, 7 axles is pretty much all you need, like a 4-axle truck, 3-axle trailer, and just this flip. Sometimes it's helpful, because I remember I picked up a big, one of those mine trucks where you like sit sideways, the Caterpillar. It was, I think it was like 85,000 pounds, but because the wheelbase was so short of the thing and there was a big overhang, when you load it, that thing put like, I think it was 75,000 on the trailer.
On the trailer.
Yeah,
So,
because you couldn't, it had big overhang, like
Yeah.
the engine and the tail was, too long, like the way you load it. And that's when I could have used this flip axle. So sometimes it's useful.
They're useful. They're not
Yeah.
used a lot.
But, and also mine is, on average, they weigh 3,000 pounds, and it just adds to your empty weight.
That's you, yeah.
Okay. So, and you guys do your own? You have your own sources for financing or leasing?
We have our own sources. We've used Riordan. We've used LBL, which used to be Citibank. We've used, there's a whole bunch.
Okay. But on average, like you said, usual, so it's 10% down?
Usually 10% down.
And then you start monthly
Yeah,
payments
monthly
for 5
payments.
years?
5 years is normal term.
Yeah, and usually here, at least in Canada, it's all leasing.
It's
right?
all leasing.
Basically, yeah. The name of the bank or financial company is on the ownership side, and
Yeah.
the
At
guy's
the end
name
of the
is-
term, you buy the trailer for $1.
Yeah, for $1. So that's what I have on my trailer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Chris.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
All
nice
right.
talking to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.